to win it first up here. And here come Repton, led out by Sally Walton, their captain, into this wonderful copper box team. And already this has been for the Repton girls under their coach Mark Wadsley and their manager Martin Jones. And here comes Grinstead, no shortage of support in the arena for them, of course. Led out by their captain Harriet Mitchell in the white tops. And the two sides split by our two match umpires for this one, Gemma Jones of England, and also from England, Rachel Williams. I'm delighted to say that sitting alongside me for this final is a real crowd pleaser in his own right, Sam Ward. Sam, welcome back to the commentary box. What sort of fun are you expecting to see?
Well, personally, I'd like to see a lot of goals, if I'm completely honest. So, yeah, I think Repton, it's great to see them here on their first time out. And, yeah, obviously, EG have a good track record, so I think we're in for a belter.
Well, let's hope those words of Sam are prophetic. A belter is exactly what we need. There's the East Grinstead group down on their haunches, listening intently. It's hard to hear yourself think, let alone talk here in the copper box. It really is a wonderful atmosphere, as it always has been since the early 1970s, when indoor hockey had its own championships. And every year since then, pretty much, we've had wonderful final occasions. So the scene is set. Repton in their blue, East Grinstead in their white. 4 quarters, each of 10 minutes. And if we are locked together at the end of the 4th quarter, then we'll be going to a shootout. We already had that drama once today. Very close when these two met in the league. Repton 2, East Grinstead 3 is how it finished. And that, believe it or not, is the only time these two sides have played each other before. Very much in the debt of Colin Pike, who's produced fantastic stat packs for all of the media here. As usual, fantastic work. Well, East Grinstead started quite slowly in their first outing today. But here in the final, they must fancy their chances, Sam, with a greater final experience.
Yeah, certainly. Obviously, they've got a great track record, so I'd say, yeah, definitely they have a lot better chance today, but we'll see. I think Repton definitely have a look at the, obviously, the experience they have at the back in their side. I think anything could happen out here.
Mullivan plays it forward, mistrapped there. That was Ellie Watton, a very experienced player for Repton, so they're not devoid of experience. Just they're not used to playing together. They touched him, but the whistle had already gone. Izzy Evans in the Repton net had an outstanding semi-final, she really did. And they did get past Walton and Mullivan. The opposition found Evans in fine form. It was nerveless from Repton, Sam. I think that's what really impressed me.
Yeah, certainly. I think this morning they looked fantastic, and yeah, I think just I do think in all of it, obviously having the old experience they do in the back, and then obviously Ellie Watson as well, just really show, just give a real calming influence.
Thompson trying to go down the centre there, but she's dispossessed. That's lovely handling again. Shot comes in from the top. It was a bright start to a final. Walton taking the ball forward again for Repton. Walton keeping her opponent at bay, asking the question there of the umpire. Gemma Jones, the umpire, on the far side. Walton trying to force the issue there, but Thompson's too good for that. Again, lovely move. Thompson almost getting on the end of that one in the circle. Now Walton on the break for Repton, getting the shot away. Nicely controlled left foot save there from the keeper.
Lovely little carry from Ellie Watson there. Probably could have played the ball to Palair on her left-hand side to obviously then get a lot clearer, better opportunity, I'd say.
Mothervalen just slowing it down. Again, just that little look up. It's not the looking that's the key, it's the seeing, and that's what she's so good at. Just a quick scan gives her forensic information that she can use with a well-placed pass. Lovely movement coming from Repton here. Shots fired in.
Quite a strategic start, I'd say, here from Repton. They're really having to try and really work an opening, and it's a lot more challenging, I'd say, than how open the game was earlier.
Yes, a cagey beginning. First goal so important in a final, just to settle nerves. You don't want to put your money on which team is going to get that opening goal at the moment, as they sound each other out, looking for signs of any weakness or nerves. There will be nerves, of course, that's natural enough, but it's how you handle them, how you manage those nerves, that's going to be key. Repton trying to find a way through here, and that's the penalty corner. It was untidy defensive work there from East Grinstead, and Repton swarming around there at the top of the circle, making a nuisance of themselves.
Yeah, I think this has been the big difference, obviously, for Repton this year with the flickiness Sally Walton as well. So I could only say that I expect to maybe see a goal here.
Well, Walton's penalty corner conversions have been fantastic throughout the season, and that form continues right the way into the final, and it's the first blood here for the newcomers of Repton, and no surprise it's their goal-scoring talisman and captain Sally Walton to give Repton the early lead.
A lovely injection trap, and then just slotted beautifully halfway at the goal from Sally Walton there.
And here they go on the attack again. Walton this time, the provider scrambled off the line. That was close to a second. East Grinstead just need to dig in here. Repton with their tails up.
Cracking little save from Laura Myers there.
Long way to go in this one yet. East Grinstead working it out. Across the face of the circle. Beautifully done. Well, that's quality. And the great response there. Ellie Raya using all of her international class there to weave her way through and bearing the shot. Great finish, Sam.
Yeah, beautiful. Basically, great pick-up and carrying across reverse sticks, going around the goalie and just sliding it home. Fantastic little finish.
Well, she's so quick, Ellie Raya. We know that from her outdoor game, and indoors that speed can be absolutely lethal. Now, having absorbed some pressure, East Grinstead having a moment of their own now, and that's the way it's bound to be in the final. The game is going to ebb and flow. It's scoring goals when your team are on top. When you've got the ball, it's going to be so important. There's a mistake eventually coming there. That's good work from Thompson. Stride forward. Lovely ball across, and good goalkeeping by Evans. It needed to be as well. They were cut open there again.
It's a superb first-time pass from Ellie Rare there.
Mulvihill has a long look up, picks out the pass to Sally Walton. In the short time and the restricted number of practices those two have had, they seem to have established a really good rapport at the back. They instinctively know where each other can be found. But the real benefit there is the experience that they're able to pass on to this, the youngsters in this Repton side, who seem very receptive to the coaching and to the new ideas. And my goodness, they've made an impact on this championship already. First time out. Ball fired down the length of the court and harmlessly over the baseline, so Repton will have a chance to build again through the familiar pairing. Sam, as an outdoor international, what value did you put on your indoor game?
I personally think it made a big difference to my outdoor game. When I played a lot of indoor, you certainly obviously get to do a lot more defending, work a lot harder on that. And I think for me personally, I a lot of flat stick tackles, so being able to come play indoor, it sharpens you up, especially your touch and your tackling. Then I think it's only can be beneficial to play plenty of indoor.
I must say it's good to see several of the international squad here playing in their club colours, which is great to see anyway, but playing the indoor version of the game. Certainly added to the spectacle here, and the crowd have come out in their numbers. Really engaged crowd here at the Copper Box. Well, not long left in this first quarter. East Grinstead 1, Repton 1. Fired out to the far side for Jojo Davis. Well, it's the softest of finishes she'll have all day here for Ellie Rhea, but that goal coming right on quarter time pushes East Grinstead into the ascendancy here, having gone behind. Has to go down as a goalkeeper's error, that, Sam, I fear.
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously probably didn't really need to even play at it, but obviously kept it in play, and then just obviously a nice, easy finish for Ellie there.
So perfect timing as far as East Grinstead are concerned, but they will have seen enough from Repton that first quarter to know this is going to be a hard-won title here, be it East Grinstead or Repton who come out. Nothing to choose between these two fine sides, but it's East Grinstead lead at quarter time. And there's their huddle with the magic board out. The magic markers going to good effect. So little time between the quarters, Sam. Not much a coach can do to put major points across, just some fine-tuning.
Yeah, definitely. You've got to literally speak, get your point across and get back out there. You don't want to be not ready for the restart.
I can't imagine that I'm asking you this question, but were you a talker in team huddles?
No, not really. I know, it's surprising. I don't say a lot. I just stand there, semi-listen and move on.
Perfect co-commentator. Just how I like him. Don't tell Mason. Lovely pace. Repton have come quickly out of the traps at the start of this second quarter here. Very nearly firing a team back on level terms. That was Sophia Boker going right the way through there. Plenty of boos coming from the crowd. Walton. Good challenge. And a penalty corner. So really good start to the second quarter here from Repton. And come out all guns blazing.
Superb from Ellie Watson there, getting the ball down, taking a quick free hit, taking the carry on, and obviously getting fouled and getting the corner.
Well, last time, Sammy, you were brave enough to say this one's going in. Same again from Sally.
It's definitely going in, I'm afraid.
Oh, I don't apologise. Good goalkeeping this time. Oh, 1 out of 2 is not bad, Wardy. Good aggressive goalkeeping. Good solid block on the shot there. And Walton denied on this occasion. She'll be hoping she has plenty more. Oh, just raising off the stick there.
I reckon Sally might go high next time. Now the goal is sliding out, I'd say.
Yes, I mean, Laura Myers has certainly shown her hand with that. That's a very fine save that it was. So Walton has the range to put the ball pretty much where she wants. Rhea again, a little shove in the back there from Walton, just leaning over it.
It's the Super 60 seconds.
And on Mull of England again.
In the next minute.
Well, that was most un-Sophie Bray-like there.
Yeah, I think caught in two minds, really. Wasn't sure. I think wanted to shoot, but went for the pass and then kind of did neither.
Did neither, exactly.
No winner this time on the Super 60 seconds. Another chance to win in the second half.
Well, Wayland picks it up on halfway. Oh, well, what a let-off that was for East Grinstead. The ball played right across the face of goal. Not really sure how that stayed out.
No, that's a chance we definitely want to be seeing taken on a day like today in this kind of final.
Absolutely. It's perhaps a little indication that it is a final at the end of the day. It's a big occasion and there will be nerves. Even the more experienced players are bound to feel those nerves, and you rather hope that they do. East Grinstead working it around very patiently. Been a good day for the St Hill club down in East Grinstead, with their men's team also battling through to make it to a final, yet another indoor final. We've seen both of our reigning champions eliminated. Buckingham's ladies going out to Repton, of course, and Surbiton's men going the same way at the semi-final stage. But we're a long way from knowing who will be the next name in the Women's Championship trophy. Good battling through there. Lovely skills. Tall girl Amy Thompson uses her reach to good effect, but she's got quick hands. That's found a foot, and that'll be a penalty corner. Good work there from Sophie Bray. Repton not overly impressed with the decision, Sam.
I'll probably agree with them if I'm completely honest. I feel like the defender was was very set. The ball was kind of slammed into her, and obviously he's rolled up the handle and clipped her foot. But still, I'd probably call it drilling myself.
Well, that's if it was drawing, that's one of the things that the umpires, well, and the players, are keen to stamp out. It's very dangerous indeed. Good kick clear. Back right across the face. Another Veland who set up off there from deep defence, couldn't make up the ground. Get on the end of the pass, which was well behind her. And Walton fires it off the boards. There's Tilly Butterworth over there. A lovely routine. At times East Grinstead play some delicious hockey, don't they, Sam?
Yeah, definitely. That was a beautiful bit of hockey there, but I would say maybe there we just needed the extra pass. Instead of taking the shot on herself, she should have just dropped it under her arm straight away. I reckon Thompson would have had a free shot in the open net.
We picked that up once or twice in the men's game as well, where you get sucked into almost playing an outdoor game where the indoor version would have seen, yes, as you say, the extra pass, a good way of describing it. For what would effectively be an open goal.
I feel Repton is starting to look a bit tired, if I'm completely honest. Obviously, they don't have so many people rolling the bench as much in here, so yeah, I feel like they maybe need to probably rotate slightly a bit more with what they do have.
I think there's an understandable reluctance from to take off their two senior pros, if I can call them that, at the back. 90 seconds then left in this first half. East Grinstead 2, Repton 1. Really well-matched teams here. That's going to scramble its way over the line and into the back of the net. Oh, that's a soft sucker punch almost there. And East Grinstead have got their third goal, an element of good fortune about it.
East Grinstead 3, Repton 1,
It's a cracking roll and carry from Hampstead there, beautifully entered the circle, but obviously looking to pass it, but unfortunately enough, or lucky enough to get the ball deflected into the goal.
It's a hard game sometimes, isn't it, for a defender, and that was a little bit of rough luck there on Repton, who are now going to have to really dig in. This is going to be a real test for the Repton girls. They're looking to respond, but the stick block is penalised there. Claudia Swain. And the hooter sounds here in the cover box, and we reach half-time, and East Grinstead are seemingly on their way here. They've weathered the Repton storms and lead by 3-1 at the interval, with that their third goal coming very close to half-time. A fascinating game, still a long way to go. Let's get some thoughts from pitch side, where Simon Mason and Andy Halliday are going to talk us through that first half.
East Grinstead 3,
Thanks very much, Nick. Yeah, delighted to be joined pitchside by Andy Halliday, our indoor expert and analyst. Andy, quarter one particularly, felt like East Grinstead kind of got themselves into it, 2-1 for East Grinstead, but it really did feel like Repton probably bossed the early exchanges.
Yeah, I think they did, and interesting that I think they got the ball deep in the left corner on a number of occasions, but the ball ended up going across the front of the goal. I think 3 or 4 occasions in that half with nobody on the other end of it. So I think part one of the game plan worked for Repton, but the finishing wasn't quite right. I think the secret for me is that Yanni Muller-Wieland is not able to splay the passes around the pitch as she did do in the semi-final. East Grinstead's defence is very well organised.
Well, and then quarter two, yes, East Grinstead's defence very well organised, but Repton still created chance after chance, but it was East Grinstead who bookended that 10 minutes. So the early Ellie Rea goal, and then right at the end a bit of a sucker punch. But so for all their pressure, East Grinstead got the scoreboard lead.
Yeah, and they've done that because they've been very effective in the counter-attack. And yeah, as we've seen from the semi-final, Ellie Rea is very dangerous on the counter-attack. You know, she's got 2 of those goals. I think Repton will probably be sitting back thinking with the number of chances they've had, with the amount of possession they've had, they should be doing better.
But for Repton, not as much experience at this level. Yes, they've got Sally Walton, they've got Yanni Muller-Wieland, but do you think mentally that's going to cause them some concern? Because East Grinstead of Contract have so much.
It's tough for them. You know, chatting to one of the coaches, Martin Jones, before the game, this project he was hoping to be here in 2024, and we're in 2022, so they're way ahead of the game. There is so much talent there. Yeah, I think you're right. I think there probably is a little bit of stage freeze. But when you've got players like Muller-Wieland and Sally Walton controlling things and cajoling and helping and supporting, you know, that's why they've done so well this year.
Well, we now get a chance to look at those goals as they come up ahead of us. So this is how the game played out. Talk us through it.
So, yeah, penalty corner, and obviously Sally Walton has done her homework there on Laura Myers. Low right goal. Ellie Rea, lovely. Instead of dropping the shoulder and passing it left, she carries on running. Empty net. And Ellie Rea gets a second, and we've noticed she always gets herself in the right position to score these goals. I think we said she had a hat-trick from 7 yards. And the final one, really, I mean, that's a Repton defensive error that you don't really expect. Somebody needed to step out there and tackle the player coming down the right boards, and it just didn't happen. So, you know, a little bit sloppy, and I'm just thinking that Repton, they'll be ruining the chances they've missed, but they'll still be believing that they can win this.
Well, they'll need that belief because East Grinstead have showed some real composure. The second goal, Jojo Davis delivering off that really static position. They've got the composure and that depth of knowledge. This tournament's huge to the club. They have a depth of knowledge that stands them in really good stead.
And strange that if the women win, the men win.
For that half-time, standing alongside me for the final is Sam Ward. Sam, do you see any way back for Repton?
Yes, certainly. I think obviously the kind of talent and people that have been...
And who knows what excitements lie in store for us here. Now Thompson plays it off again. Just seems to ghost through challenges. Umpire looking on here and perfectly content with things. Repton forced out of the circle. Gray doing the hard digging in there. And Muller-Wieland again lays it off for Walton. Now Rea sets off at speed. That's a good challenge. It needed to be clean, and it was. Back to the top of the circle. Into the circle it goes. Shot comes in. Save at full stretch. Not a great deal of power on the shot, but it still needed to be saved. Chloe Brown. Repton giving her the space. Oh, a bit of trick play there from Sally Walton. Certainly tricked her own player, unfortunately. Ended up sitting her on a bottom.
Definitely think Repton have come out in the second half with a little bit more purpose, kind of keeping the ball well, and hopefully might grab a goal or two to liven this game up a bit as well.
For the pacey attack from East Grinstead. Not the first pacey attack that's floundered on the stick of Sally Walton over the years. Ball bounced off the boards. Walton again gathers it in. East Grinstead sitting very deep around the top of their circle, waiting for Repton to make the mistake, which duly arrived. We've not seen Repton hit the high spots that they did in their semi-final, Sam, which is a shame, but you have to give East Grinstead a great deal of credit for that.
Yeah, I think they're stopping it pretty well. At the moment, you just, every time someone has the ball on the stick from Repton, it just seems like they're getting kind of channeled into a wall of EG, basically. Yep. So I think they're doing a fantastic job of that at the moment to kind of negate all the chances.
Butterworth plays the ball back into a circle. Out for Walton again. The boys were mentioning at half-time down at pitch side about the passing from Jana Muller-Wieland, and certainly East Grinstead have cut off an awful lot of the avenues down which Muller-Wieland would like to play the ball. It's just not available to her in this final. Some of the East Grinstead supporters in good voice. I use the term good particularly loosely in their case. Certainly making themselves heard. They've come hoping for a double celebration. Both the men's and the women's team have done their level best to keep their interests high by making it to the finals. And here we are with 5 minutes and a little left in this third quarter, and the women's team 2 goals to the good here against Repton, and seemingly playing within themselves. Walton plays the ball off quickly, perhaps a little too quickly there for the receiver. Good closing down. Now Walton can't pick the pass. Oh, lovely run there from Brown. Very nearly took her all the way through to a goal.
Beautiful bit of skill there. Set up Sally Walton there beautifully, the way she just pulled it from left to right inside, and obviously nearly got a great shot away.
Walton's got to scurry back here. It's the pass away.
Not quite sure why that wasn't a penalty corner, if I'm honest, Nick.
Yeah, I thought the umpire was looking at it, and having looked at it, why she didn't blow a whistle, I'm not sure either, Sam. But I might have had a call from a colleague, although I have to say she was much better placed. Fired off the boards. Oh, and it's hammered into the sideboard wide of the goal. Those are the sort of half chances that fly in when you're winning games comfortably, but when you need to get a goal, you can't buy one. And Repton are getting to the stage now where they really could do with a second goal.
Yeah, certainly, Nick, and I think they've actually just started to set that up a couple of times. Now, that's a couple of chances Ellie Wharton's had down that left-hand wing, as we'll call it, but cracking balls in there, and yeah, hopefully we might see a goal down there soon.
And Thompson turns away, fires one off the boards, picked up by Muller-Wieland, who's been left on her own at the back. Sally Walton had moved herself higher up the court. She's back in the business end again now, digging her team out of and then almost back into trouble. Shot into the goalkeeper's chest protector. Umpires having an on-air discussion here, which we can't hear. And well, you can see what the outcome of that discussion has been. The umpire on our camera side there, Rachel Williams, has indicated to Gemma Jones via the in-ear microphone that there was a penalty corner in there, and there'll be no one from East Grinstead who wish to take issue with that. So this would open, if this goes in, East Grinstead 4, Repton 1, late in the third quarter. Might be enough to see them over the line. Oh, that's a painful one. That was not nice. Oh, she's getting to her feet very quickly. But recovery skills of Tyson Fury there, Sam.
Yeah, I think this. Oh my! They've given a penalty stroke. That is definitely the wrong decision. That is, couldn't be more wrong if we tried. It's either a penalty corner or a 16. The ball's been deflected, I think, from one
again
of the
a consulting. Jonna Muller-Wieland will have a view. Sally Walton had, well, she had a close-up view. But it's given as the penalty stroke. Let's watch it again here. Well, Walton moves away. She'll be happy in the sense that she's not injured, not badly injured at least. Certainly. She'll feel a sense of injustice about the award here, that's for sure. Chloe Brown has come up to the spot, sensibly walked away while the goalkeeper was preparing herself. This for 4-1. And it goes wide, and well, maybe there is some justice in the way. It was a controversial award. The umpire had a very difficult job to do in those circumstances. The ball is travelling at a rate of knots. Her first concern, of course, is the safety of the player who has ended up in a heap on the deck. She's then going to replay it in the mind as to whether the ball was actually going into the goal or not.
Certainly an interesting technique from the goalie as well, taking the whole of the left-hand side of the goal and giving the full right-hand side and saying, flick it in there and I'll still save it. And if anything, went even wider.
I've seen you playing goal a few times, Sam. I thought you were a fully paid-up member of the Goalkeepers Union.
I mean, I've dabbled in the past, but yeah, I prefer scoring past them, if I'm completely honest.
Yes. Poacher turned gamekeeper. That's what you were. You're certainly mad enough to be a goalkeeper. No one's going to argue with that pronouncement.
I think goalkeeping and goal scoring have similar thrills, if I'm completely honest.
Yes, highs and lows. East Grinstead trying to get this fourth goal, would surely be enough to see off their dogged opponent here. And Repton sticking to their task, but just haven't really found their semi-final form. Maybe there is a little bit of stage fright. They'd be excused that. It's a big occasion, but they showed none of that in the semi-final. But against a strong East Grinstead team, just haven't found their A game.
I'd like to see Mullervilland and Walton get a bit more in the game, if I'm completely honest, at the moment.
Well, there's going to come a time where they're going to need to invest and take some risks. We're into the last, well, 30 seconds or so now of this third quarter. That leaves them just 10 minutes to dig themselves out of a fairly shallow hole that they find themselves in here, trailing by 2. 2's nothing in indoor hockey. If you can start having a moment, if you can score, if they can get another goal here, for example, in the dying seconds, but it looks like they're going to be denied that opportunity. The clock moving particularly quickly down. Mullervilland looking to play a first-time pass forward, always aware of the position of the game, which is so critical indoors. And well, it's going to be decided in the final quarter here. East Grinstead are leading against Repton, but just by 3 goals to 1 here. This really could still go either way. But whatever Repton have got left in the tank, Sam, they've got to bring it out here now and change the dynamic of this game.
Yes, certainly. I think they just need to play with a bit more purpose, if I'm completely honest. If it was to me right now, I'd maybe try and bring in kind of a left half, kind of play a back 3. Put Mullervilland in the middle, and then I would kind of push Sally Walton a bit, obviously, so she can carry the right baseline. Hopefully get some chances.
Yeah, they need to do something different. The old adage, if you do what you always did, you got what you always you get what you always got. And at the moment, Repton are looking at the silver medals from here. In itself, a wonderful achievement in their first season. But they came into this final looking for something of a slightly different colour to that. Well, just 10 minutes to go now. The two sides already breaking up from their 3/4 time huddles. And Repton need to dig very deep indeed here. Now, the first thing we notice is, at the moment, they're lining up without a goalkeeper, but I think that's merely because she's got an equipment issue down there. I thought it was a bit early to be taking off their goalkeeper. Yeah, here she comes. A little late to the party, Izzy Evans. Gets a warm round of applause from the spectators behind that goal. So away we go. 10 minutes then to decide this. Can Repton come back and turn it around? It's a huge ask. Chance here. First shot is saved, and the second shot is blocked as well, at the expense of a long corner.
You can certainly see and hear as well Repton coach Mark Wadsley just shouting there, trying to put a bit more pressure. I think Repton have probably made a little of a plan to try and come out pressing and instead of playing zonal.
Walton cagily forward, but just not the next pass. They just, neither of the two pillars at the back are seeing any movement that suggests that there's a forward pass option for them. Limpet-like defensive work from East Grinstead. Really are sticking to their task very well. Good pace down the right-hand side for East Grinstead. Ball bouncing around. Keeper thought about making a play for it, then decided that discretion was the better part of valour. Jojo Davies trying to wriggle away down the centre there, but from Swain. Well, we've seen a finish from that particular position earlier on today.
Our Super 60 seconds is underway. Smiling face on the big screen. Are you going to be a winner? A goal in next Super 60 seconds. Win you a pair of tickets for the Pro League.
Walton again. Westminster playing a very patient game here. Just standing on the edge of the circling, almost inviting Repton to come on to them. Another villain under pressure, but she didn't succumb to it. Got the pass away.
Just feel Repton really need to press out a bit here. I feel like they're kind of just going through the motions and just kind of letting the game go by at the moment.
Some of those game time, they're going to get back to the change room and replay this in their mind, thinking we could have done so much more. You just wonder how much they've got left in the tank. Mullervilland again brings it up towards the halfway line. East Grinstead getting deeper and deeper, but they can break here through Thompson. Lovely little play into the circle. Thompson's continued to run, couldn't finish it. Walton goes over the top of her with her challenge. Oh, that's a great finish, and with it I think Sam, we can safely say that East Grinstead are going to win the title.
Yeah, that's a brilliant finish. I think, first of all, brilliant defending from EG inside the circle, winning the ball back a couple of times, and then a great pass, great roll, and a lovely reverse scoop high into the net.
Well, that's a difficult skill. Now Walton suddenly decides that she's going to play a more aggressive, driving game. We're into the last 5 minutes. It's now or never. Walton stepping up, trying to make the difference to her team.
I personally like to see Repton take the goalie off right now and at least go for it and try and press as hard as they can and see if they can create a few more chances.
Yeah, it's logical that having promoted Walton into a more forward position, that's the next stage, isn't it? And the sooner you can do it, the more chance it's got. If it's going to work, you've got to give it time to work.
Definitely, I think that sometimes is the issue. You leave it a bit too late and actually it starts to work, but it's too late because you kind of started it too late.
Yep. It also gets to the stage of the game where you wonder really how much the senior players, if I can call them that, have got left in their legs, and this is the second game of the day. And collectively, how much belief there still is in the camp as a whole. Well, there might be a little bit more belief if they can convert this penalty corner here, because with a 3-goal deficit and 3 3/4 minutes left on the clock, Repton have another penalty corner here. And a goal here just gives them a glimmer, not much more than a glimmer, but a glimmer of hope. Walton shoots, very well saved again. Walton wants a retake, and she'll get it as well. Laura Myers, not for the first time today, making a very, very solid save. Really good blocking from her. Walton shoots, Walton scores. East Grinstead 4, Repton 2. Well, Sam, what was it you said the better shooter had? It's on again, you know.
It is on again. That's a lovely little finish from Sally Walton there. Obviously, last time Laura Myers made a great sliding save, and this time chose to just get a bit more scoop on it and put it high into the net.
Good defensive work coming from Chloe Brown. Walton, come back to that right defensive pillar position again. Oh! Well, that wasn't far away.
They've been setting that up beautifully recently. Just, the person on the far left boards kind of sucks out the right defender and then kind of opens that channel through for someone else.
It's got to the stage of the game now where all the pressure is probably actually on East Grinstead, because Repton have nothing to lose and everything to gain. 4-3. Sam Ward.
That's a lovely bit of work there. Just great carry on the reverse stick, great pull back, and absolute cracking finish there.
Well, this really would be a comeback. East Grinstead eager not to blow their lines here. We're into the last 2 minutes. East Grinstead 4, Repton 3. Repton coming to life late in the piece here.
Just the difference in Repton pressing a bit has just put so much pressure on East Grinstead, and obviously the chances started flying.
Now, can they complete the job? No, they can't, because that ball was up in the air. East Grinstead now will not be sorry to hear the final hooter. Repton, you'll see, have pulled their goalkeeper, so they're playing only with outfield players. The last chance saloon. Oh. Into the last minute we go. Walton quickly in, but she's penalised this time. Taken quickly. Ball being run down towards the corner flag by Sophie Bray.
I think that's probably fair, actually. I think it was actually a long corner.
A lovely bit of trickery on the far side. Is there going to be one last chance here for Repton? Walton didn't find the pass she was looking for. Recovers the situation with a fine interception, a tackle at full stretch. It's a penalty corner. It's a penalty corner with 7 seconds left on the clock here. Oh, we're getting our money's worth here, Sam, again in this women's final.
What did we say about a shootout earlier, eh?
Well, what did you say about a shootout? I have to say at 4-1 it didn't look particularly likely, but here we are in the dying embers of the game. East Grinstead are leading by 1, and they're still leading by 1, but it's going to be another penalty corner. It's going to be another penalty corner. Not easy to put a cork back in a champagne bottle, but the East Grinstead fans may need to do that. They're not over the line yet. This really is the last chance. If I tell you the clock in the stadium here, in the arena, showing 0.1 seconds remaining. All eyes now on Sally Walton. She's done it so often in the past and throughout the season. Can she do it one more time here and take us to shootout? Oh, I hate that. I really hate that.
I just don't know why they don't just say, you know what, let's play the clock down first.
Yeah.
I think they might mix it up here a bit, you know.
What's that come off? It's come off the keeper. There's no time for a long corner. And East Grinstead are the champions once again. But spare a thought for Repton on their first appearance on finals day. And they've run a perennial champion so very, very close indeed. And we were, well, 0.1 seconds away from a possible shootout. Had Sally Walton been able to feed the ball there past Laura Myers and the East Grinstead defence and into the back of the net. She couldn't manage it, and East Grinstead take the title. 4 goals for 3. Not a classic, not a perfect performance from either camp, but Sam, fair to say a worthy winner?
Yeah, definitely. I think, to be fair, East Grinstead probably were the best of the side for 35 minutes of that game, and yeah, I think also awesome at the end there from Laura Myers, making a couple of brilliant saves really when it mattered.
Who would you pick out in the East Grinstead team as being the main influences of that win?
I think there was a couple of people, obviously late on even more, but I think we were definitely showing there that Amy Thompson played very well today as well.
Well, I'm hoping that down at Brookside.
Amazing. That was a bloody hard final as well. But it feels amazing to get the win. The last quarter, I thought, I don't know whether we're going to get it or not, but I'm so glad that we got the result, and it's such an amazing team as well.
And never mind the last quarter, the last 90 seconds, we were down here fully prepped, it's going well, we know what questions we're asking, and then all of a sudden the pressure just starts to build. And those moments in sport, it's a real shift of momentum. What does it feel like out there in those situations?
Well, before, it's actually so nerve-wracking when you're waiting to come onto the pitch, but as soon as you're on, you kind of block everything out and you just focus on the team and playing hockey.
Well, taking you back to the semi-final, we've given you the player of the match kind of for the day, really. You were absolutely outstanding. That semi-final performance for the team seems so solid, and it gave you a great platform to come forward from.
100%. I think from there, we were so confident to go into the final and do what we needed to do.
Well, and for you, yes, you got an award, but to have the sort of impact you've had, there must be a great degree of pride across that as part of this fantastic team.
Oh my God, yeah, it's amazing. I'm so honoured. I'm so honoured to play in this team. I love them all.
And for the club, for East Grinstead, I mean, Repton, new guys on the scene really, for East Grinstead, there's so much history around their indoor. Does that weigh heavy, or does that give you a momentum and impetus and energy? And we see all the crowd here today.
I mean, I think it gives us a momentum and an energy just to go out and but we got to the final, and we've already proven ourselves that we're good enough to get here, so we just had to give it our all on the day. And
what do you think the key differences in the game today? I'm going to ignore the last 90 seconds.
It's in the hockey calendar, isn't it? And it's just amazing here, amazing atmosphere, everyone's so positive, and I've loved it.
Well, glad that you've loved it. Thank you very much for the spectacle that you have given us. So very shortly we're going to go into the men's final. So the match-up, the semi-finals, East Grinstead beat Surbiton in a shootout, and then Wimbledon were victorious over Hampstead and Westminster. So the final is going to be Wimbledon versus East Grinstead. We'll see if the men can match the women to become champions of the Super Sixers 2022. Amy, thank you very much for your time.
We'll be back very, very soon. Thanks for your company.